All right, what's up, y'all? So, Nira, I'm coming today with a podcast, and this is my first podcast, so bear with me. We have a special guest joining us, and he's about to introduce himself.
What's good? What's good? It's Vontelligent. Hey, follow me on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. My TikTok, the only one that's different is Vontelligent999. But look, we finna say the world today. So look, let's go. Let's go. What's good, Ronera?
All right, so we're about to bring up a few controversial topics and give a
Okay.
male and female perspective. The first one is going to be Black men and the current statistic of them being the highest of having broken homes or not being in their children's lives.
Oh, wow.
So we're both going to go ahead and say how we feel about that, and you can go ahead and start.
All right. So I feel like, so wait, how do you feel about that first? Like, I wanna ask you first. I want your
Okay.
perspective on it.
So my perspective, I know we hear a lot about like, oh, Black women are the biggest of having single homes and this and that. So it kind of begs the question, what's the other side of that statistic? That means there's a lot of Black men either stepping out of the kids' lives or not participating in it, because even when it comes to co-parenting, we still are some of the lowest ratings. Yeah. My take on it and how I feel is that as a community, Black people should just get better and co-parent if you have to. Is no such thing as she is keeping the child from me and different things like that, because we know we can go to court. It's different ways to be in your children's life. So
Yeah.
I just want to know, like, what is it? Is it just they don't want to give up the single life? They want to party. They don't
Nah,
really want that
it's
burden.
that I feel like in the black blood and a lot of the modern day Black people, what runs through their blood the most is irresponsibility and the lack of accountability. Most Black men don't want to take ownership for their problems. Like, this is the thing, when we grow up and they teach us in school, what they teach us is Black men face nothing but problems, and this is the first time you've been free, so go have fun. So in the back of our mind, we like, okay, we're free. It's like letting the dog off the leash. It's not gonna come back to handle this responsibility. So a lot of Black men, since we've been freed from our oppression, we're still not free, but they have this illusion built that, oh, we're free, so they do shit and they just go have fun. They're not as responsible as we used to be. We lack this sense of accountability, and the reason why most homes are broken up is because we're so easily influenced by what's going on around us and in our environment, because it's like intriguing. But the system is made to break up the Black family, because the Black family is the strongest when it's one. So we do live in a system that wants the Black family to be broken up. So that's why the statistic is so high.
Yeah, I think that is interesting that you say that, because that makes me think of another topic of how when Black young adults leave college or high school, they're not really ready or thinking about marriage. Whereas other minorities, they literally like, okay, husband, let me get married. Like they're more serious when it comes to marriage.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe the unseriousness is why when unplanned pregnancies happen, they're ready to just not even be involved, because they were like, oh, I'm gonna have my wife when I'm 30. They wasn't planning on it to happen like that. So they have a child young, and now they'll rather just not really take responsibility,
Yeah, exactly.
So I get that, because they're young. They want to live. They just got out their mom house. It's just like, I get it. It's a lot. So.
And then they slip up and then shit. It's like, well, not my problem. But
Well, we're going to get into that topic another time deeper. The next point is 50-50, going 50-50 in relationships, situations. How do you feel about that?
I feel like it's a relationship should not. I feel like the way you should choose to go about a relationship should not be based off what social media says. And if a woman comes to me talk about 50-50, I'm leaving, because that is a social media concept. But I'm not finna split my income down to 50% on a mark after I'm already breaking up my income for other expenses and shit like that. Like, no, I'm not finna put math in our relationship. That shit's stupid. So how I feel like when you come together, if you and a person come together and say, fuck it, hey, I want to get a house together, and that's y'all plan, okay, 50-50. That's what it's gonna be on paper. So unless that shit is on paper, you don't need to go 50-50 with nobody. If you really can't support yourself, you don't even need a relationship right now, because it's so easy for you to generate income to be able to support yourself to where you don't even need to go 50-50 with nobody. I feel like two people should come together and decide what do they see, what goals do they want for this relationship. That's what y'all need to go 50-50 on. Y'all need to go 50-50 on y'all goals and shit. Because that's really what it is. You paying your bills and shit to fulfill a goal that you have, which is having a house, which y'all are going 50-50 on. Y'all both putting 50% effort into a goal. Really need to go 100-100
Mhm.
if I'm being real. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's
So
how I feel.
my take on it is, so I think kind of agree with what you're saying, but I
Mm-hmm.
think 50-50, it kind of depends on the situation. So say we meet
Mm-hmm.
young and we're together because we actually fell in love. And we're both young, we don't have jobs, we don't have money, we're established ourselves,
Mm-hmm.
as individuals.
Mm-hmm.
In that sense, then I get the 50-50 because I won't say like, oh, she has to take the guy on dates just as much because, she's still a woman, she wants to be courted, but it's just different ways. Like when different things come up, have thoughtful gestures. If you know that he's athletic, buy him packs of Gatorade. Just certain things get. It don't got to be gifts. If they like affection, just giving it to them in different ways. So
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to the money side of it, because okay, I'm single, but I do take care of myself. I have my own car and place and everything. So it's like when I think of 50-50, if I was to move in with somebody, if we both on the same level, then yeah, let's both help with the bills until we get established. But as a woman or as a wife, I feel like your job is to build your man to his highest potential. And
Yeah.
once he is at his highest potential, when he doing his dream job or at the dream position in his job, is
Mm-hmm.
like I would think that the man would want to hold most of the responsibility.
And I
Like
agree with
if
that
you
too,
make
cause like,
money, you shouldn't be cutting down to the T because at that point I'm not even making as much as you. You're the man. It's
mm-hmm.
like you're the breadwinner, especially if y'all climb that ladder together.
Yeah, that's facts. So I really feel like a real relationship gonna go through all those stages. It could start off with shit, the man making the most money and shit, he help you get on your feet. Then y'all both get on the did he help you get on your feet or whatever? Or like you said, y'all both meet and y'all ain't even got shit. And then y'all get some shit together, and then y'all both going to college and studying and building yourselves into people, and then one person become the breadwinner. So now y'all not even 50-50 no more. This person paying all the bills because they're making a lot of money.
Yeah.
And so a real relationship gonna go through all those stages.
Mhm.
Like somebody gonna end up making the most money if y'all got two different careers. It's just bound to happen.
And it's gonna be ups and downs. You shouldn't
Mm-hmm.
leave a man because he lose his job. It's like he might lose his job, and then he the CEO next month. So you can't date based off where they at right in that time period. But this
Mm-hmm.
conversation brings me into another point, and that's dating or being spoiled versus freeloading. Because I feel like that kind of has something to do with the 50-50 topic. I feel like maybe
Okay.
women are making that a thing because they'll rather be spoiled, but they're not trying to be spoiled. They're really called freeloading.
So
Like you
what
basically want.
is freeloading?
So freeloading is like almost like somebody who's living on a couch. They're reaping all the benefits and they're just not putting nothing in the situation. So you're pretty much getting over on people. That's kind of
Oh,
the definition of
a
freeloading.
leech.
Yeah, a leech. So I feel
Okay.
like the topic of 50-50 reminds me of freeloading and being like that because it's like sometimes it just seems like when women bring up 50-50, they're really trying to just have a man give them all their money instead of actually like, and sometimes they don't even like the man. So it's like he not even giving love out of it from the 50. It's just you there with an attitude. You don't even really like him, but then you want the money. They'd be like, oh, he didn't pay for this. He not doing this. He not paying my
Yeah, like I'm
bills.
just using him because he can do this.
Yeah, because it's a thing of being a spoiled girl. Like, you want your guy to do stuff for you, but you shouldn't expect him to pay your bills. You shouldn't expect him to
Yeah,
give
that
you
shit's
a
stupid.
So it's
Mm-hmm.
a fine line between dating and freeloading to me. So what do you think about that?
I think it's really, it has nothing to do with the girl and everything to do with the man. Because if you paying for all this shit, no man is gonna like just get used and not see that they're being used. No man has the capability of not seeing that.
Yeah.
And if they don't see it, they lack masculinity. So no one's gonna just voluntarily go get used. And the reason why I say it has everything to do with the man, because the woman can't control what he chooses to do with his money or chooses to do with his time or space or whatever. And all she can do is throw out suggestions as to what she wants. If he goes out his way to make that happen, he is not, she's not freeloading. He's enabling enabling. And
Yeah.
so I've seen it firsthand where people are paying for shit because they're expecting a certain outcome and then they don't get the outcome and they keep doing it. It's just a cycle.
Yeah.
Or they get the outcome and that's really all they want. And so they're gonna give her everything as long as she does this for him. And
Mm-hmm.
so it's really between the relationship between her and the man. The man may not have a problem with it.
Yeah. And sometimes I see women do it in a sneaky way.
Mm-hmm.
Like they'll have everything going on, but then right when they get comfortable, they'll just stop doing anything and just reap all the, benefits. Or
Mm-hmm.
sometimes men do it. Sometimes men get with women that they know will buy them this or take them
Mm-hmm.
to this place. And yeah.
And so
So
it's really a woman, she can kind of have a man on a leash.
yeah.
And if that man has an option to get on that leash or off that leash.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't blame the women for nothing that's going on right now. It's
Yeah.
all the men because all these women that say, "Oh, I want a man that makes 6 figures and got this and can do this and can get my nails and get me a Birkin and stuff like that." They're only saying this because there's men out there that still
Do it.
enable these habits, these toxic materialistic habits. There's still
Mm-hmm.
men out there who are demasculated by these women because they just got it's stupid. And the reason why I say it's stupid is because you're buying women things that are not even they're materialistic. So in a few years, that shit gonna be in a thrift shop somewhere.
Right.
Versus buying her $10,000 bag and you can buy her $10,000 piece of land.
Yeah.
You feel me? Or $10,000 stock
Yeah.
or $10,000 in a crypto. Like you're
Yeah.
not setting her up for success. You're just buying her shit just to make her look good, just to get something for a temporary moment. So that's why I don't really. It's such a superficial, artificial, materialistic world, and people don't think. That's why I don't mess with people. And
Definitely.
any man that gets caught up in paying for a freeloader's habits is attracted to a woman that doesn't have any sense of responsibility.
Yeah.
So that is his fault. There's so
That's
many
so
different women out here,
interesting.
and
Yeah.
that is his fault.
That is
So,
so interesting because I feel like that brings another point on the board, which is men cry wolf. Like,
mhm,
and when I thought of that, it's the exact same thing you're saying. Like, sometimes men go after these IG baddies or these certain girls that they know act this way, and then when they get their
mhm,
heart broken, they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna destroy every woman come in my pack because she broke my
mhm,
heart." But it's like, what were you chasing? Because I feel like a lot of men give me a sob story about this one girl that broke their heart, but then in reality, it's like, I'm like, oh, what she do? Oh, she F my homeboy. It's like, whoa. It's like, where did you meet this girl? Did you meet her in a library? Did you meet her out and
he
about?
met her at a club.
And that's usually what it is. So it's like men be crying wolf, but then they put themselves in a situation
Exactly.
and they don't go after good girls for real. They go after girls like that and then be so hurt when they get hurt or they get used.
Mhm.
They like, oh, she used me. She left me for my homeboy, but it's like you knew kind of what she was
You
about.
let it happen.
Yeah, because
Like,
I'm sure it was a nerdy girl on your phone and you wasn't trying to pay
yeah,
no mind.
you like you let it happen.
Yeah.
You cuffed her. You decided that this was your girl. So her going to sleep with your homeboy, yes, that is a sign of disrespect. But you should have seen that. Like, there's no excuse. Like, you should have seen that. And you can't be upset that she did it. Only person you need to be upset at is your homeboy, because your homeboy knew that was your girl. A girl
Loyalty.
gonna do what she wanna do. And that's how I feel. Like, a girl gonna do what she wanna do. If she wanna be kept by you, she gonna be kept by you. And so men like coming up with excuses as to their crying over their problems and shit. I don't want to hear it because we have all the capability it takes to solve our problems. We literally have a physical body that has an unreal amount of strength and we can build shit. Women can't really do that. A woman can't just hold 100 pounds over her head for a long period of time because her
Yeah.
body not made to do that shit.
Mhm.
So it's a lot of problems that can be solved if we just stop complaining and, like you saying, crying wolf
Yeah.
with the whole, like, I see it all over social media, like men just saying, "Oh, these hoes ain't shit. These women, they don't do nothing for us. All the yada yada. They don't cook. They need to be in the kitchen. This and that."
Yeah.
Bro, they only reciprocate energy. So that's what we need to understand women double the energy we give them.
Mm.
So if we give
Definitely.
them loving energy, they're gonna double that and give it back. If we give them hate energy, they're gonna double that and give it back. So what I'm seeing is hate. The reason why the women hate the men is because the men hate the women.
Yeah.
We are literally saying this shit. Fuck hoes get money. Fuck bitches get money. Fuck these hoes. We are literally spreading hate. And the real reason, like these social media women, the main reason why men are getting fucked over and women are getting fucked over is because they're meeting people in the midst of social media instead of meeting people in real life who have things to relate to. You trying to meet people will make a relationship on social media and then turn around and blame social media for ending their relationship. Motherfucker, that's what started it.
Right.
So like you can't get mad at the foundation of your relationship. If the foundation of your relationship was social, like imagine your kids asking you one day, how'd you and daddy meet, mama? Social
Right.
media, Instagram. She liked my post, so I had text her. What? I asked my mom and dad met with such an interesting story.
Yeah.
My oldest brother was throwing rocks at my dad, and then he started talking to each other. Such a regular life thing, but now everything is such artificial social media shit that I feel like it's teaching people, and the results that people are getting from applying this social media ideology is not what they expected. Now they're crying and shit because they started a problem they don't know how to fix.
Sometimes I think they do meet the general thing in real life, but then they'll let that get messed up by social media. They'll let what they met in real life get affected by what's on social media and different
because things. They make shit that's this big, like a woman cooking. Like she can cook if she wants to. You can cook if you want to.
I ain't
it
gonna
shouldn't
lie.
be a.
So this is my first podcast, but I do have YouTube videos and I have girl talks, and I tell girls, like, don't be cooking for no guy if that's not your boyfriend. Like, why would I? First of all, okay, if it's a one-time thing, if you over, I want to do it because I want to do it and I want to show off, cool. But don't expect. You know, like, you're not my child. I don't gotta feed your belly.
Like, you must be cooking. That make her not
now,
want to
if you
cook.
my husband, then I'm gonna cook your lunch and your dinner because I gotta make sure you straight when you go to work. But or my boyfriend, at least give me the girlfriend title before I cook. Like,
you making his day easier. That's you do that shit for people you love anyway. When you at the crib,
you taking care of him, you feeding him.
Yeah, you taking care of him. If you at the crib, your mom and dad is gonna cook. Right. That's just a role that's a household role that parents play. So if you're the husband or the wife and y'all got kids, somebody gotta cook for these kids. Right. If my wife is sleepy and she has had a long day, I'll cook. I can cook. I don't have a problem with my cooking. Right. Most people that want women to cook and this and that can't fucking cook. They are noodles and noodles eating people. Right. Cereal all day. Throw it in the microwave real quick. Cook it in the oven. Right. I can cook. So I don't have a problem with her not cooking nothing or whatever, but if it's
and just have understanding for real people life. If you want a woman that work just as hard as you, it's gonna be some days where she tired and y'all might gotta throw a piece in the oven. It's
and it's gonna be like that.
Get tired sometimes.
Yes, like we're human. Like it's gonna be like that, and people not speaking of realities of shit on nothing.
Everybody on robot mode, and then when they 40, like the old heads that don't got no wife, they gonna be mad that they missed out on all opportunity. But it's like y'all not getting a good woman while y'all young. Because this is the time.
They listening to this social media coach telling, hey, this woman not for you, bro. If she doing this, she not for you. If your man doing this, if he taking you to Cheesecake Factory, he not for you. And then you leave a man because he ain't. That's what I'm saying. They just be talking. I would go to CC's. Like, you feel me?
A date is a date. Like, we can go to the park. I feel like if you with somebody you want to be with, anything is a date. Like, whether it's free,
anything
like,
is a date.
Yeah.
I promise you that, because if you with somebody for what you can get out of them, the fun dates and shit, you really don't like them. You just on a roller coaster, basically.
You just want the experience. You just want
exactly, and that's all. There's nothing wrong with that. But you need to tell this person that, hey, I think you're interested. Show me your life for a little bit. Cool, let's do it. Don't be telling this person you want to be with them forever and shit like that. Like, no, because you got people out here that genuinely want to be with you, but you seeing them as one of these other motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And then that just never work out because, and it was supposed to. It was literally God ordained.
Mm-hmm.
But social media got us thinking we got options and shit, so we don't even consider them as an option because they live in the same town as us.
Right.
Who you think you is?
Like, oh, it's bad bitches out there. I can go get me a
Yeah,
I
I can
ain't about to
go
pick
to
her.
LA real
I
quick.
get her
I
later.
met this girl in LA.
They'll get her later.
Like, come on now.
When married, that's when they in their 30s, they're gonna deal with that. All the girls that they could have going to end up being taken. So
by men that met them in real life.
Right.
That's what I realized. The reason why you can't find a girl on social media is because the girls on social media are being approached by men in real life. So you gotta go up. If you want women, you gotta go approach women in real life. There's none on social media that are gonna take you serious because you just can't do it from social media. You just can't. What you gonna
Some people
say?
get
Hey,
lucky on
what's up?
dating apps, but in this generation of time, it's gonna be 1 out of every 500 because men ain't really. Some men are playing,
right?
Some girls are playing. Some people just want you for your money, your car, you know. So it's just like you gotta just.
Mm-hmm.
But my last topic, I don't know how you're gonna feel about this one because I feel like this one is kind of like just for the girls. So I don't know how you're gonna feel. It seems like you ain't trying to down talk the ladies.
All right, no.
So
Talk to me. What's going on?
So this one is lady in the streets freaking a bed. So how I feel about it is I ain't gonna say I'm the most modest person in the world, but I would rather not have my butt cheeks out. If I'm gonna show a little cleavage, I'll rather maybe not show stomach and legs, or maybe pick one of the two. I'm not gonna sit up here and walk out with a sports bra and booty shorts to a club and certain things, and then you wonder why you dealing with the same people and getting approached. I feel like sometimes you don't gotta be modest to the T. You don't gotta wear a turtleneck, but it's just like you can pick what you're gonna show, or just honestly, one that I would say is the lingerie or the see-through nipple clothes. It just seems like a lot of things that should be left for your man is being like put out in public.
That's what I'm
and
saying. It ain't
like,
no exclusiveness for your man.
And for a man, if I was a man, because it's like, see me, I ain't never cheated on nobody in my life. So it's like I have a serious, maybe I have a mindset like a man because I don't play those games. It's like I just know I'm a woman and I'm not about to play a man's game. If men do that, you don't cheat back, you move on, or you break up, or you just get over it, you figure something out. But I feel like women don't understand why they men cheat on them. And it's like they got this girl on Instagram, a little modest, but she a freak. And then you over here showing your nipples. Why would he want to cuff you when it's like, you know, you always, sadly, us women are always getting compared to the next woman. Like men are always looking, always fishing. So it's like when you sit here behaving or, you know, conducting yourself in this manner, it does make him play more games with you. And then I think some girls wonder like why he hurt me, why he doing this. It's like, yeah, he loved the freak, but once he get tired of the freak and done all he can do, he gonna start looking for something a little more, you know, stable sometimes. Sometimes.
Yeah, I feel that. And my thing is, I don't want my girl with her, like, I have that shit for me. What? Like, that's like me going out there. A woman showing her ass and titties on Instagram is the same thing as a man. I wouldn't say showing his meat, because, like,
His
that's
penis
really all a man
print.
got.
Because I
I
would
ain't
never
gonna.
talk to no man with his penis print. If you showing your penis print on social
Yeah,
media,
that shit, I ain't gonna lie, that shit gay.
ew.
That's gay. But, like, a man, that's equivalent to a man sharing his problems all over social media. Like,
yeah,
that shit is for, like, you. Nah, I ain't gonna say. Nah, I ain't gonna say that. It ain't, your problems ain't for your woman to take. But
yeah.
as a man, people don't give a fuck about your problems.
Yeah.
You got every ability in the world to solve them. People care about your problems, but we don't. People don't care. People got problems too. But with a woman, when you on social media and you showing your ass, you showing your titties, it makes you a target.
Yeah.
And it makes you a target for a certain individual. An individual who is influenced by the highest spirit of lust. And the type of partners you attract are partners of lust. No real man is going to take a woman serious that posts herself all over social media.
Yes, I think
And
that is so true.
yeah, like that shit is, it's not good. If you look at women overseas, their body is all the way covered. Why do you want, if you got a man, why do you want other people to see what your ass look like?
Yeah.
Why? Women be
Especially,
having the
I
bottom
feel like,
of their titty out now
yeah, and
because
I
the
feel
nipple
like
is.
some girls try to make it an excuse during the summer. It's like, as much as sometimes I be wanting to post a bikini picture, I just don't. I have never, because it's just like, or if I have, it's my top. Is like, or if it's gonna be the full, like,
Man,
it ain't gonna
she
be.
could put on a sundress and call it a day. All
Yeah,
that
I
having
never
the
did it,
bottom
but
of your
even if I
titty out and
was to,
shit.
at least don't do the drawstring up your butt. It's like, at least have the one that's a normal bathing suit if you do post it. That's fine.
Yeah.
But it's like, y'all be posting the little nipple thing and then a little bitty tiny triangle in the front and then nothing in the back. And it's like, you want somebody to take you serious as a wife. You looking for a man. You posting these things, and that's what you know, like your whole body on social media. Your bare booty cheeks. I wouldn't even want, like, I want one. I mean, abs. Let me stop being. I'm doing too much. I wouldn't even want my nigga abs on social media. So just imagine how men feel. Cleavage is a lot. Imagine your butt. Then y'all, some be bending over, some be twerking. It's a lot. So
It's a whole lot of nasty shit. It's not approved. Vontelligent doesn't approve.
So do you have any overall thoughts for the guests, the viewers?
Just a few more things that I want a few more things that I want people to understand. Just be patient, optimistic, and consistent. Don't worry about nothing else. And that's all for me.
Yeah. My last thought is try to be somebody you want to date. So if you don't want to date somebody that's doing certain things, try to reflect that behavior.
Okay.
And then maybe it make it a little easier.
That's hard.
But until next time, we're gonna do it again.
All right. Peace, everybody.
All right. Peace.